on you boys, let's make lots of noise. We're gonna do it for England. Let's go out to play, show we're on our way, 'cause we're gonna do it.
Yes, it's me, hiding behind a very special belt indeed. And here I am, the UK Comedy Channel, live from London Media at London Walk. So here we are in our lovely new studio, if you've just joined us or haven't looked at us for a while. And I'm here with a very special guest and a good friend of mine for many, many years now. So without further ado, put your hands together and let's have a big round of applause for the one and only 6th of December 1975, the world champion of the world!
Oh, thank you.
Wow, look at that. Eh?
Yeah, brilliant.
I'll tell you what, you can feel the weight of it.
Yeah, and that's all solid gold around the side.
Is that
solid
gold
all
around
gold,
there?
yeah.
Well, I might get mugged on the way out of it. If anything happens to John on the way out, we've got the retirement programme worked
Well,
up here.
you stick with me and you won't get mugged, I promise
There's
you.
some faces on there as well, isn't there?
Yeah,
I recognise
Ali,
that one, Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
You've got a story about
Ali,
him, haven't you?
well, Ali and Joe Lewis, they're the patrons of the WBC.
Right.
And then the other two, one's me and the other one's Jose Napoles, who I defeated. So that's how they put it together now.
And we'll probably put a little bit of that up in for everyone to see it if they don't understand.
No problem at all.
Really brave and game challenger tries to box. And Stracey keeps having to come back at him. And he won't go down. This must be the end. Harry gets moving in. The man's propped up by the ropes only. And
Sort of called. It caught me this morning because I was trying to work out. I was talking to our boxing, who you're going to have a chat with later on today, because I didn't quite understand the welterweight thing. Obviously, I've got. So is that it's particular? That's obviously you got your heavyweight, your middleweight.
Yeah, you've got all your different weights from flyweight. But a lot of them have been added on now. You've got light flyweight, super fly, all different ones now. There's about 18 or 20 now.
Is it?
But it always used to be flyweight, bantam, feather, light welter, light middle, light heavy. Now it's like you've got flyweight, light flyweight. There's bantamweight, light bantamweight, super bantamweight. I think there's about 20 now.
Right, no wonder I didn't understand it.
Yeah,
That's why
exactly.
I was
Well, I don't
struggling, 'cause
understand it
I didn't quite
either.
understand what the connotation of it was. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, I assumed you wasn't obviously heavyweight, but
Yeah, and then you've got, the super heavyweights, or the big ones, the real 20-stone ones. And the light heavyweights now, sort of super heavyweight. It's all gone crazy, but people seem to be getting bigger,
And
so
of course
they've got to keep altering it.
And you're one of the only people to actually win a world title in Mexico, you were saying.
I'm the only one, yeah. From Britain, yeah. The only British fighter ever, yeah. I mean, it's an amazing, really, because I think we've probably had 12, 14, maybe 15 fighters from Britain over the years. Maybe a bit more, probably. But I'm just the only one. It's just quite incredible, really. I mean, there's been a couple of close ones, but I did it, and
it's quite interesting.
And it's remained ever since.
It's quite interesting because a lot of people, if they were going to say, "Well, we're fighting at Wembley Stadium," a lot of people think that was a goal for them. Yeah. Whereas you actually preferred the idea of actually going to.
I much prefer boxing away. So when I won the European title in Paris at the Roland Garros tennis stadium, I'd much prefer fighting away because you're not under so much pressure. When you're in front of your own people and people shouting for you.
Well, they all want to have a cup of tea before the fight and come and knock in the dressing room and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, but when you're abroad, you can keep yourself away from people.
Right.
No one knows where you are. There's only your fans who come. And in this case, when I boxed in Mexico, I had 24 fans come from Britain.
Did you really?
Yeah, 24.
And when you think when that was, I mean, there wasn't no EasyJet then, was there? That was an expensive trip,
There was no
wasn't it?
EasyJet, but this was the difference. In them days, people were only earning like 40, 50, 60 pound a week. So they were getting like £500-600 tickets. That's why you didn't have the volume of people going.
Right.
Because if you trade it that way, if you go to what it should be,
right,
it's probably, say you're earning £40 a week.
Right.
It might cost you 800 quid to get out of there. Now that's a hell of a lot different. Now, of course, it's not nowhere near anything like
No,
that.
no. That's what made me mention
that's
it,
why,
yeah.
that's why when Ricky Hatton fought, he had 10,000 people go. In my day, I had 24, 25 people go.
Let's
It's
tip
such a
our hat to
difference.
old Ricky Hatton. Eh? What a character. What a
brilliant
beautiful
lad.
thing.
He's a great lad,
In
yeah.
fact, I'm going to have a little toast to him, I think. We'll have
Yeah,
a
I'll
little
have
drink
a
of
toast
water,
to him.
eh?
I've
We'll
got
have a
some
little toast
water.
to him. Cheers. Thank you for coming.
Ricky is a wonderful lad.
Lovely. There we are.
We went to his funeral. And because I've known him since he was a kid. And he's a lovely, lovely boy, really nice man, but unfortunate what happened, and we was all sad. And then when I say this, you had Frank Bruno there,
Yeah.
Tyson Fury, there's a lot of world champions gone, quite a few, and everyone was crying. Frank Bruno was like, oh my God. Honestly, it was incredible, and we all had a tear for him. Just such a sad loss to boxing. But, that's...
It's what we were talking about earlier, though, isn't it? That
Yeah.
when you come out the ring and you're looking for something to replace it, and sometimes
He couldn't
a
replace
high like
it.
that is
No, he
is
couldn't
such
replace
a, yeah.
it. He wanted to box all the time, and it just, it was just unfortunate
And
what
he done
happened
some
to him.
training, didn't he? And he done,
Yeah, he was supposed to be boxing, going to I think it was America or Mexico, something
Right.
like that, to box.
One of these little promotional ones.
And then
like.
they found, his manager Paul found him as he was. So very sad.
Terribly sad.
Yeah.
Terribly sad,
But,
yeah.
but one of the nicest guys you ever meet. Always funny, always having a laugh, and one of the best as well. Because, to have, I think he had 48 fights. I think he only lost 3, and he had something like 42 or 43 on the bounce. I mean, that takes some doing. That takes some doing. So one of the best we ever had. So, and sadly missed. We all miss him.
Yeah, so that's nice. A nice little. I think
Yeah.
I think we should. When you get someone like that, where, so often in whether it's boxing or show business or whatever, there's people. I was interviewing someone, no names, no petrol, a few weeks ago, and as we were going through different names, and they went, "He's horrible." He's horrible.
Oh, wow.
I think we were about 4 down before I
Probably
actually went,
depends.
and I sort of was grabbing for a name out of thin air, and I
Yeah.
went, "Well, what about you like him, don't you?" And they went, "Oh yeah, he's all right, But so, and it's one of them, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Sometimes all that glitters isn't gold, but it was with him.
Exactly.
It was with him, wasn't it?
Exactly.
So there we go.
But Ricky was special. Very
Talking
special.
about special people, then. So, for those that don't know, me and John have met a few times on the. But I don't really call it the audience with circuit. Would you call it that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So they'll have a comedian, and then John obviously
that's
talking about boxing. Although he's a phenomenal entertainer in his own right, which we'll talk about as we go on in a minute. But. And that's when we were talking, weren't we? And we were saying earlier on, and we drifted into the gangster bit, which we can
That's
talk about
right.
in a minute. And,
Yeah.
and then you were talking about Madison Square Gardens. Is that right?
Well, that's where I went. When I won the world title, I had to go to Madison Square Garden to give the tennis player, Arthur Ashe, because he won the Best Overseas Sports Personality of the Year award.
Right.
And I had to go to America, to New York, obviously, Madison
Yeah.
Square Garden, to give it to him. Because I just won the world title 5 days earlier, or 4 days earlier, whatever it was. And
So you were a hot
tremendous.
totty. You were hot totty.
It was tremendous. I mean, I was so honoured because, again, tennis I've always loved. And he was a really lovely man, really nice man. And I'll never forget that. And we switch and see it now and then. And just wonderful to have been there.
So
give
was
him
that
the
where
trophy.
Muhammad Ali come up behind you or trod on your foot? Is that, am I
That
in the
was,
right
that
place?
was 1973 when I boxed in Las Vegas.
Right.
And
right.
it was the bill was called The British Are Coming.
Right.
That was the name of it. It's the first time the Britons ever boxed America in professional boxing.
Right.
And it was Joe Bugner, John Conti and me.
Right.
And their fighters were Muhammad Ali, of course.
Yeah.
Terry Daniels.
Yeah.
And I boxed a guy called, what was his name? Danny McAlinden.
Yeah.
Danny
McAloon.
Danny
Yeah.
McAloon. Danny McAloon, his name was. And he was a great fighter, a really good, one of them. And, of course, me and John won. John won in
Right.
7. and I won on points, and I got the trophy at home, a big gold cup, silver cup, and it's fantastic, to have won that. Joe unfortunately lost to Muhammad Ali on points,
Right.
12 rounds,
Right.
and I won on points 10 rounds, but first 10 rounder by the way, and it was wonderful. I mean, I probably never see again the people who were there. It was the most fantastic people. I'm going to tell you who was there.
Yeah.
And this was just incredible who was there. You had the boxers there, Muhammad Ali. You had Joe Frazier. He was there, Joe Frazier.
Right. I think his son's on me Facebooky thing. I
That's
think.
right.
Yeah.
George Foreman.
Right.
Because George Foreman was training at the time. Jake LaMotta.
Obviously, didn't have his meat grill at that stage, didn't?
That's right. Jake LaMotta.
Yeah.
There was Larry Holmes, who was sparring, actually. He just turned pro. Rocky Graziano. I mean,
there's
what
a
a
name from the
fighter he
past.
was.
Yeah.
There was also Joe Lewis.
Yeah.
I mean, Joe Lewis, of all people, one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. Max Schmeling.
Right.
And that was, he got him the job there, Max Schmeling. Ray Robinson. Now, Sugar Ray Robinson, to me, was the greatest exponent of boxing has ever been. He was my idol.
Right.
I mean, the greatest fighter of all time. To me, he was just wonderful. He was there, and as I came out the ring, he came over to me and he wished me good luck, and he said, "Can I just say," he said, "I think you can go all the way," and that is no lie, I swear. And when I got in the dressing room, me and my manager, Terry Lawrence, were going, "Do you hear what he said?" And I went, "I can't believe it." Oh, my God. I was like, Robinson. I mean, he was my hero. And
Right.
everybody's hero. He was just the main man at the time. It was probably the best fight I'd ever had outside of winning a world title. It has to be. And also there was a guy who was sharing a dressing room just over there. He had the name of Mr. Elvis Presley.
A little song a long time ago.
Exactly. And what happened, because he was appearing where we were boxing at the convention centre, he was there for 8.5 years.
Right.
When there was occasional do's going on, he would be watching.
He'd slip out. Like
And this particular time, he actually came over to me and wished me good luck. I didn't even know who he was. No, you know what? I was 22 years of age.
Right.
I don't know,
Yeah.
And my manager said, "You know who that was who come over, said hello?" No, said Elvis Presley. I went, "Oh, yeah, like that, And then, of course, went outside, and the first thing, Stracey, you're on, like that, the American, Stracey, you're on, mate. Oh, all right. And I go out there and had a tough 10-round fight. Danny McAloon's a good fighter. Anyway, we won 2-1, and I've got the trophy at home, and that was one of the greatest things ever could happen. Never happen again because they don't have professional boxing again, fighting the Americans. That was the only time it ever happened. And
so
we won 2-1.
I seem to recall that I can't remember what fight it was, when you looked out and there was the Rat Pack sitting in the...
That was it.
That was it. Oh, they were there, weren't they?
That was... I'll tell you who was there. Mind me, I have to keep going to
No,
this.
that's all right.
But let me tell you who was there. The Rat Pack was there, sitting down. There was Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis.
Wow.
Also sitting down was Diana Ross, because she was appearing in Caesar's Palace.
Wow.
Paul Anka.
Oh,
Paul
bloody,
Anka.
he's still going, isn't he, Paul Anka?
He's still going,
Yeah.
Paul Anka. Barbara Streisand.
For Paul
she
Anka,
was
for those
there.
that don't know, he wrote My Way, didn't he?
My
Paul
Way,
Anka,
yeah. Barbara Streisand, she was there. Sophia Loren. Sophia Loren.
Hero, dear.
Also, Ryan O'Neill, the actor, who
Yeah.
was, funny enough, was a manager of who I boxed. Edmund Lewis, who I boxed.
What, he was the manager
He
of
was
him?
the manager of Edmund Lewis.
Was he really? And
And
little
also-
things that come out, you never had no idea they even liked boxing.
Also, listen to this. Richard Burton, Elizabeth Taylor, they were sitting down, and Gregory Peck. I mean, they were sitting there. You'd never, let me tell you, you'd never see that again.
No.
You will never see that class of person again.
No.
It was just incredible. I mean, sorry? Oh, yeah, Bruce Forsyth, yeah. Oh, he was there. Oh, yeah, you don't get nothing for a pair,
Was he really
But
there?
he was there, yeah.
Was he really?
I've got a lovely picture with him and,
Really?
and Joe Bugner, yeah.
Ah.
Great. I loved his boxing. Loved his boxing.
Did he really? It's
and
funny,
Henry,
you know.
And Henry Cooper was there. He came. It was just incredible. You'll never see that again.
Yeah.
That lineup of people you will never see again.
One of my favourites, I'm sure you know this anyway, but if not, it's a good thing to go and have a look at. Like, you know, is when Sinatra done Madison Square Gardens, and he hadn't done it for a few years because there'd been some with his mafia connections. They wouldn't.
Was
let
that when
him
he sang
perform.
My Way?
Yeah, it was called the main event.
Oh, I know.
1974.
Oh, yeah.
I just
Tremendous,
love,
wasn't
and
he?
when you're just running through those names, it reminds me of that Howard Cosell when he does that
Oh, Howard
introduction.
Cosell.
He does that introduction, and it runs it's about 3 minutes on
Howard Cosell,
on an
he was-
album. Yeah,
He came over to do a fight when I boxed Edmund Lewis. He was the
Commentator, yeah.
In Wembley.
Have you ever? Do you know what I'm talking about? When he,
I know you
when he
mean.
got it, I might get him to slot it in actually because he kind of goes something like.
Oh,
My
he
name's
was-
Howard
That's
Cosell,
right.
and I'm here in Madison
Cosell,
Square
yeah.
Gardens.
That's
You know, New York, a city that pulsates.
That's right.
Business, communication, city,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then he runs
yeah,
for all the
yeah,
stars down the
yeah.
front there. And
Oh, he's brilliant.
coming through
Brilliant.
the tunnel like so many fighters before him, like and then he puts on Frank
Brilliant,
Sinatra.
man.
It's about 4 minutes, and
Howard
it's
Cosell,
really
what a wonderful
I'm a comedian that sings a song,
commentator he
but
was.
I'm a comedian that sings a song. I wouldn't call myself a singer per se, but one of the things that sort of made me drift that way was that.
Yeah, yeah.
On that occasion, he's got a 42-piece Count Basie orchestra. And
Fantastic.
as that guy's doing that, as that Howard Cosell was doing that introduction, and then when them bass bins kick in, he's just like the hairs on my arm stood up, and I just thought, wow, I've got to do that, and that's how I started. So even now, when I do a cabaret, I come on to Lady Is the Tramp.
Oh, fantastic.
With that,
I love that song.
17-piece orchestra, which we had at Caesars. Did you ever do anything at Caesars over the years? In
I
Stratton?
actually sung once at Caesars.
Did you? There you go.
Yeah.
So and that's where I had the 17-piece orchestra.
that's
We might even get our wonderful
I think
producer
Vegas is-
and CEO of New London Media to put that up for me.
Frank Sinatra comes to the entire Western Hemisphere live with the main event, Frank Sinatra in concert. Madison Square Garden, October 13, 1974. Jam-packed with 20,000 people plus. Just people from all walks of life. People who are young and people who are old. Here to see, hear, pay homage to a man who has bridged 4 generations and somehow never found a gap. Hello again, everyone. I'm Howard Cosell, and I've been here so many times, and in a curious way, this event, live, with the king of entertainment, carries with it the breathless excitement and anticipation of a heavyweight championship fight. Celebrities are here in profusion, one after another. Rex Harrison, Professor Higgins, if you will. Carol Channing, hello, Dolly. Walla Cronkite, Mr. Believable. And, of course, the great romantic hero, Robert Redford. But here, coming through the same tunnel that so many champions have walked before, the great man, Frank Sinatra, who has...
We went to see Tom Jones when me and Kathy went to see Tom Jones, and you couldn't believe just how fantastic it was, and in Vegas. And as we were leaving, we were walking out. Someone said, "Do you want to go and see Tom?"
Oh, I say.
Yeah, lovely. So we went in his dressing room, and all he was talking about was boxing.
Oh, I say.
And all I was talking about was singing, because I wanted to be a singer. And
He obviously wanted to be a boxer.
and after about an hour, he kept saying to me, "I was with Ryan O'Neill
Right.
when you boxed."
Oh, he was there in your little list there.
Yeah, when
Oh,
I
I
defended
say.
the world title.
Oh, I
Because
say.
Howard Keel was looking after.
So it's one of them rare situations, was it?
Yeah, he was looking after the guy I
Johnny
boxed.
Mathis, yeah.
Oh.
You're thinking of the guy that looked after Johnny Mathis.
Johnny
No,
Mathis.
the boxer who I defended.
Edmund Lewis.
Yeah, Edmund Lewis. He was managing Edmund Lewis, and he was. I mean, what a lovely man.
And how funny
he
that
was.
you're there idolising him as a singer, and he's
Oh, yeah.
idolising you as a boxer. That's basically where you're at. isn't it?
And what happened? He kept talking about boxing. I kept talking about singing, and in the end, he said, "John, I think we've got to agree to disagree. Let's just talk about what we're doing now. And we had a drink. We was with him for 6 hours.
Was you really?
With Tom. He was the most loveliest person you could meet. But he loves his boxing. Loves his boxing.
I've got a friend of mine does a Tom Jones tribute. He was all around Europe last year, but I always take the mickey out of him, and he rings up. His name's Keith. And Keith Kingham, his name is, and whenever he rings me and I can't help myself, and I go, "How are you? All right today?" Yeah, like he does all that. Then he
That's
goes,
brilliant.
Well, I'll tell you where we saw each other last. Joe Longthorne's funeral up in Blackpool, wasn't it?
Sad
You know?
that, wasn't it? Joe,
Yeah.
what a lovely boy.
Absolutely.
Because I first met him when I had a hotel in Bournemouth.
Oh, I
Yeah.
forgot you had a hotel in Bournemouth. Yeah.
And that's how I met him.
Right.
And because what happened, I had the hotel where they were all appearing for summer season.
Right.
To do their shows, you know.
Right.
And the next thing, I'm in the office, and I'm hearing him singing, playing a song, and as he's singing, I'm going, turn that record off. Turn that record off. I said, no record. So I said, yes, is this on the? You can hear it. No. Anyway, I walked in there, and Joe's playing a song. What was that?
Mandy.
Mandy. He's singing Mandy.
Oh.
Yeah, he's singing
So
Mandy.
he was impersonating.
And he was-
What's his name?
Impersonating.
A man who fly me. What's his name?
Yeah.
I can't remember now.
Yeah. Anyway, he was taking him off.
Barry Manilow.
Yeah, Barry Manilow, and I said, you know, can you turn it up? I want to hear the music. Anyway, in the end, she said, oh no, I said turn it down. So she said, no, there's nothing on. So I walked out, and I see him doing, oh Mandy, and I went up to him and I said, excuse me, I said, that's really, really good. Oh, he said, thanks very much. He said, I've just learned, first time I've ever done it.
Yeah.
Well, you could have fooled me.
I reckon he was telling the truth, you know. 'Cause
No, it was the first time. And he's playing the piano. Anyway, we got talking and we got friendly. And then I went to see him when he won that competition on TV.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I was there
I'm
with him.
trying to think
yeah.
which one he done. I can't remember.
It was,
it New Faces? No.
Sorry?
Was it New Faces?
New Faces.
Oh, he was
yeah.
on New Faces, right.
Yeah. He didn't win it, but that's really what helped
Didn't matter,
him
he
send
just
it
catapulted him off.
And he was fantastic. We unfortunately went to his funeral, but what a singer, that man. He could take off anybody. I mean, anyone.
I know this sounds a bit eerie, but I was working in Skegness for a couple of nights when he passed. And I'd come back from the event, and I was in a little cottage with a lovely girlfriend at the time, Judy, and you sort of just unwinding a bit. And I don't know why I was doing it. It wouldn't be something I would normally do. But I started singing a couple of songs and that. I don't know if I thought I was going to do them the next night. I don't know where I was. I don't know why I did it. I wish I'd love to say why I did, but I didn't do it. And I remember her. She went, that's very Joe Longthorne. And we never sort of thought no more of it until the next.
Joe's
And then when I woke up in the morning, the text came through. And so when I was singing that song, and she went, that's very Joe Longthorne, exactly matched with when he passed. Yeah.
Oh, he's brilliant.
So, yeah.
Joe.
Sorry, John, tell the Baron Knights, you know your funny story.
Oh, what?
The Baron Knights
Yeah.
and the Hughes.
Yeah, we went out to Cyprus, 1985. Now, I don't know if you ever remember this, but during the time we were there was a thing going on where they were exchanging, 1985 it was, there was like a bit of prostitution going on, but it was to do with secrets. And it's the first time ever that they were trying to find out what was going on in it was quite a
Like a
devilish-
spy thing,
Yeah, like
like
a
on
spy thing, yeah.
MI5
And
kinda-
it's been the biggest ever. It was the biggest ever. But when
Like
we
the
went out
Profumo
there,
affair, but
a
few years on.
Oh,
sort of.
much, yeah. But we didn't know when we got there, and I'm with the Baron Knights. They're there, and Peter Langford, who was the Baron Knights guy, and we were. I'm with Emlyn and we're waiting to go out and do the show. A question of sport we were doing, and as we're waiting, the Baron, they've been told not to say anything about telling anything about what's going on. Anyway, they go, ladies, and we're just sitting there, and he goes, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Baron Knights. And then you hear, daddy, 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 listen, do you want to know a secret? And then they finished on that. And then they went, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. And they started doing another song. Just couldn't help saying it. And me and Emlyn, we couldn't stop laughing. It was the funniest thing you ever see.
Whatever you do, don't mention the secret.
Yeah, don't mention anything. And you see all the people outside, it was incredible. We had such a great time.
I think that some of the great comics, they like that. And there's Mickey Pugh. Do you know Mickey Pugh from Essex?
Mickey Pugh,
Mickey Pugh. I remember some years ago when I first started, and I used to drive a wonderful comedian called Nobby Clark about.
Oh, Nobby. I know.
Anyway, they're in this really volatile lads' night in Hanger Lane, in this big Irish sort of real. It was rough. It was volatile, and. So there was Nobby and Mickey Pugh, and then there was some other guy who I've never seen since, and he had this thing in his ear, and I remember him saying to Nobby, you should get one of these. Like, and Nobby was so disgusted with him. He went, I've spent 25 years learning to do this, I wouldn't have that. Anyway, but that weren't the point. And this bloke says to Mickey Pugh, he said, there'd obviously been some football match of sorts, and he went, he said, whatever you do, he went, don't mention the football. Well, that was like a red flag to a ball to Mickey Pugh, and if he's watching this, you know exactly what I mean. And I can't remember what he went out there, and he went and like, well, I mean, they did laugh because it was so against the grain that you had to laugh, because otherwise I think they would have killed him. Do you know what I mean? It was it reminded me with the Oddballs when we was down in the Falls Road, and obviously the balloon dance was the number one hit.
Yeah,
but we used to do about 3 or 4 changes, and so and the last bit was the naked royal family.
Right.
So I'd come out with a Prince Charles sort of face on and so on, and we'd be stark naked with the Union Jack in front of us, and we'd come out, you see. But we'd come out to the national anthem. What we didn't think about, because to us it's comedy, we weren't thinking politics and all this stuff.
No, you don't.
But we're in Northern Ireland, coming
out
out with a Union Jack to the national anthem, and I have to tell you, 20 odd years ago, that wasn't a very good thing to do.
We did Northern Ireland as well. We went to Northern Ireland. It's quite. They do quite a lot there, don't they? For armies and navies.
Normally, Danny Blue, who sort of started the Oddballs, he comes out. Because we obviously you've got to keep someone on the stage, so there's all this on and off going on. And then the last thing is this naked royal family. So he then comes off. We go off. Then we come on with, the Union Jack and then we're there just doing a little dink about a little bit while the national anthem's going da 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 da, and we got this flag in front of us, and because what we've got underneath, I've got Camilla underneath hanging on me doobries, right, God. and my mate's Prince William, and he's got obviously the Princess Elizabeth, anyway, and we're waiting, and normally it seems like seconds because your adrenaline's going, but on this occasion. I'm looking through the eyes of this sort of rubber mask thing, and I'm looking at these people because we're doing the national anthem in the wrong place, basically. And I'm looking at them, and I went, "Oh dear, I think we're going to be killed." And I thought, "Hurry up and come out." And it seemed like about an hour, but it wasn't. It was probably only half a minute anyway. And then he comes out, and of course Danny comes out, and he's got a red cloak on and a Queen's head. And then as he opens the cloak, he's got a false pair of boobies on. And he's got his half-inch and 3 wrinkles between his legs, and it's obviously the Queen with her bits on offer. And at that point, the obviously it became the biggest, it became the punchline of the joke, and they realised we was having a laugh, and we weren't waving Union Jacks and playing the national anthem that to be brilliant. Sort of thing. So yeah. Oh dear, that's a funny old story. So there we are. So anyway, but we're here to talk about the football song, of course.
Yes. It was like I said, about 16 years ago. I wrote it, and I don't know why it just came out, for some reason, because I've always written stuff, and I wanted to be a singer. That's what I wanted to be. And I won Ponting's holiday camp.
Did you?
Yeah.
I always, whenever I get anybody in that's been a red coat, I'm always jealous because I feel like I missed out of not doing that little bit of the entertainment.
Well, when I was
thing.
11, 12, 11 it was, I was in Pakefield, Ponting's holiday camp.
Where's that? Pakefield?
Pakefield, it's Norfolk.
Right.
That way.
Right.
And I went into the competition and I won it. I sung, what was his name? Craig Douglas. And I sung Teenager in Love.
Right.
And then I sung Donna.
Right.
Like that, because they were my favourite songs. And the guy came up to me and he said, that was brilliant, like that. So I said, oh, thank you. And then my dad said, yeah, good singer, he said, but he's going to be a boxer. Like that. So I just looked and the fellow went, boxer? What do you mean, boxer? So I said, my son's going to be a boxer. He can't be a singer. So I said, well, I do like singing, Dad. He said, I know you do, son, but, you said you like boxing. I said, oh, I love boxing. And he sort of more or less said, that's what you've got to be, a boxer. But the thing was, as a kid growing up in Bethnal Green, I was always getting in trouble. But singing has always been my pleasure, and writing stuff, I do all that. I still do that. And then 16 years ago, where we live on the Wirral, because we won in 1966, it was where was the one it was in 2010, Saudi Arabia.
Right.
Saudi Arabia.
South Africa.
South Africa. And I just came up with this being 66 all over again, meaning if we win it, we won it in 66. And I just sort of done the song and then done the words and put it all down. And a friend of mine who's a musician, and so he done the tune for me. I got everything done, the tune, everything. But I mean, he done the music for me, but never did nothing with it. Just didn't bother.
Just sat there for 16 years.
It stuck there, 16 years. Sorry, stuck there for 16 years, and then last year we were talking about doing the song, and it just never came about. And then I was out with you'll know this guy, Michael Knighton, who wanted to buy Manchester United. Remember Michael Knighton?
Vaguely, yeah.
And he's a smashing man, really lovely man. And a friend of ours, Chanel, who's a friend as well, great friend. And we were just talking about singing. Oh, John, you do a lot of singing, didn't you? That was my forte. I love singing, but obviously I chose boxing. But I still do singing. Anyway. And then he said to me, you write songs, didn't you? I said, yeah. I said, actually, I've written a World Cup song, but it's years ago. Oh, well, let's hear it. So I done it a cappella, come on, you boys. Started singing a song. And
it's quite catchy, isn't it?
And said, that's brilliant. Really, really nice. Why don't you perform it? And I went, don't know, I'm not. And the next thing, I get a phone call from Mark Morgan, Starry Ray's manager. And then within a couple of weeks, we're in the studio in Shepherd's Bush doing the song. And that's how it came about. And now it's obviously, hopefully it could be a good
talking
song
about
for
it,
the
I'm
World
looking
Cup.
Starry Ray's due in a
She's
couple of weeks,
She
so I'm
is
looking forward to
brilliant.
meeting her. We've not
Yeah,
met,
I mean-
but she's not far from here, I understand. So it's not like you.
Do you know what's amazing? She's a great country and western singer. But the other day, I heard her sing a song, and it was nothing to do with country and western,
Right.
and she was
Really was
brilliant,
brilliant, yeah.
absolutely brilliant. So we've joined up to do this duo,
Yeah.
and hopefully it can
It'll
be a
take
World
off,
Cup
yeah.
song. And
Well, we've got a few ideas up our sleeve to try and. Well, this is what we're
Go
doing here,
well.
isn't it? And we got.
so
Well, when we had Sheila B from Boney M in the other week, I think we just put the little advert out, and it went. It was well over. I haven't looked recently,
Yeah.
but it was over 200,000 views. on that,
fantastic!
just over the weekend, and of course, when you think about it, it's mad, isn't it, that we're sitting here, and although we're in the centurium of London, at London Bridge Walk, in the Shards, literally. I don't know if you saw it on the way, in the Shards.
Shard,
across
I
the
know
road.
the Shard, yeah.
And yet, really, you wouldn't think, would you? We're sitting here having this conversation, and like when you start talking 200,000, that's like Wembley Arena 4 times. Isn't it?
Absolutely.
That's 4 times. You can't imagine that amount of people, can
No.
you? But it
No,
is
it's
what it
amazing.
is. That is
Yeah,
how it
yeah,
works now.
yeah.
You know, so yeah, so
That's
anyway,
how the
so let's
song
have a listen to it,
came
shall we?
about. Yeah.
Come on, you boys, let's make lots of noise. We're gonna do it for England. Let's go out to play, show we're on our way. 'Cause we're gonna do it for England. Give them all a fight, play with sheer delight. 'Cause we're going out there to win. We're gonna do it, England's gonna do it. And it's 66 all over again. It's in the USA, the boys are on their way. We're gonna do it for England. We know it's been a while, but we can celebrate in style. We're gonna do it for England. Give them all a fight, play with sheer delight. 'Cause we're going out there to win. We're gonna do it, England's gonna do it. And it's 66 all over again. 2026 will be our World Cup year. We're going out there, we don't have no fear. With plenty of goals, watch the Lions score. Then everyone in England will stand up and roar. Come on you boys, let's make lots of noise. We're gonna do it for England. Let's go out to play, show we're on our way. 'Cause we're gonna do it for England. Give them all a fight, play with sheer delight. We're going out there to win. We're gonna do it, England's gonna do it. And it's 66 all over again. 2026 will be our World Cup year. We're going up there, we don't have no fear. With plenty of goals, watch the Lions score. Then everyone in England will stand up and roar. Come on you boys, let's make lots of noise. 'Cause we're gonna do it for England. Let's go out to play, show we're on our way. 'Cause we're gonna do it for England. Give them all a fight, play with sheer delight. We're going out there to win. We're gonna do it, England's gonna do it. And it's 66 all over again. We're gonna do it, England's gonna do it. And it's 66 all over again. Come on you boys, 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 come on you boys.
Yeah. So when after I won the world title, I go to Madison Square Garden to give Arthur Ashe a trophy as the best overseas sports personality award, and what he done. And we're talking, you know, and I said, and as I gave him his trophy, I said, Arthur, I said, this is a trophy on behalf of Britain for you winning the Best Overseas Sports Personality of the Year award. I said, all I can say to you is, I'm glad I'm not in your racket. And it got such a huge applause. It was brilliant. It was brilliant. And I went, you like that, didn't you?
That's
like
funny.
that, yeah. It just came out, you know, a bit of comedy.
And did
But,
you say to me you turned round and someone trod on your toe, and when you turned round it was a Muhammad Ali or something?
Oh, that was
yeah.
when I boxed in Vegas. Yeah,
Right, yeah.
We was in a ring together training, and moving around, and then because you shared a ring, you know, when you're training. And he was leaning over the ropes talking. He was going to Joe Bugner. I'm going to whoop you. I'm going to whoop you. Doing all that. I'm just laughing at him. And then what you normally do is you just move around together. You know, not spar each other, but you just move doing your shadow boxing. And I went up to him and sort of tapped him there for him to acknowledge me in the ring, and I acknowledge him. But he didn't turn around the first time. Didn't turn around the second time. So I just he's just talking. And next thing, as he's turned round, he stood on my foot. And I've gone, like that. And then he's seen me, as I went like that, and he's holding me. And he's going, you okay, you okay? And I'm thinking, I can't believe this. Muhammad Ali's holding me up, you know, because he really stood right on me foot. I mean, it did, and half hurt. But I'm sort of now, as it's getting a little bit easier, I'm milking it a bit, you know, and I'm going. He's going, you okay now? I'm going, no, stay there. And after about 30, 40 seconds, he's let go, and I'm going, oh, that's better. But it didn't hurt a great deal. But out of that, every time I saw him, which I saw him 4 or 5 times after, then he came to see me train when I was boxing Hedgeman Lewis in London. He'd always say to me, how's your foot? How's it going? How's your foot? So we had that in common.
That's nice.
And it was wonderful. What a lovely, lovely man he was.
One of my dear friends, who's coming on here when he's finished travelling around the world, he's in Cannes at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Promoting a movie and some other things that he's doing. But he loves, there he is, Muhammad Ali, especially for you, Chico.
Yeah.
Special Chico. And also John Mack.
Yeah.
John Mack Campbell, who married my daughter.
Oh, okay.
Because they're brothers. And he used to do he wasn't a professional boxer by virtue of the fact that you know, in the context of this, but he used to do when they used to pay to do the fights. You know what I mean?
Okay.
What's that called? On the knuckles?
With bare knuckle?
Yeah, bare knuckles.
Bare knuckle.
You know, where they used to pay.
That's too tough for me.
You get hurt.
I couldn't do that.
So anyway, sending love to
Not my
Mackie boy.
scene.
And Chico, there you go, the man that's been cuddled by Muhammad Ali. I know he loves Muhammad Ali. Chico time.
Yeah. Oh, no, Ali.
At Joe Martin's 40th, Chico was that?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Joe Martin's, yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, no, Ali was special, very special. And he would talk to you all the time, you know. He was a really nice guy. And he'd take the mickey out of some people, like with Joe Bugner a little bit, you know. Is sort of.
I suppose that was their little banter like that was the early,
but, you know,
when it was sensible to promote tickets. With a bit of sensible.
Absolutely.
It's a bit like Des O'Connor and Morton Wise, wasn't it? Whenever Morton Wise took the mickey out of Des O'Connor's running, he sold another 10,000 records or something, wasn't it?
But did you know?
Got Richard Dunn.
Yeah, I was going to say Richard Dunn with Muhammad Ali, because he was. They were training at the camp I was when I was defending the world title. In the West End, it was in Craglino's, where the famous Craglino's is. And Ali came in from America, flew over from America to come to sign the contract with him and what's his name? Richard Dunn. Sorry about it, Richard Dunn. And
was he the manager? Was he Richard Dunn?
No, he was boxing. He was a heavyweight boxer.
Yeah,
he was a British champion. European champion. And anyway, they made the fight.
I think I was only 12.
Making the fight.
Give me a bit of slack.
Well, they're making the fight for the next fight. So anyway, Ali, he comes in, takes the mickey, brilliant. You know, that's what he likes. You know, seeing him and he go and doing that. So he went. Richard said, "I'm not. You know, you don't frighten me." He said, "I used to be a what do I call it? Parachute. Parachutist. Sorry, there's a parachute.
Right.
Parachute. So, and he said, "I'm not worried. I've done over 5,000 jumps or whatever. You know." Anyway, he made a joke of it, and he said, "I'm not frightened of you. You know, I've done over 5,000 jumps like Sean." And Ali said, "Oh, so you used to taking a dive then?"
How quick is that?
Brilliant.
That razor shot. That is
brilliant.
I always remember once talking about Mickey Dowling. He said to me to come down to Ipswich. He was I can't remember what his involvement was, but there was Frank Bruno, gentleman that got it was the gentleman that got the brain. Michael Watson.
Oh, Michael,
and two of the Irish boys.
He went to my school, Michael.
Did he? Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Steve Collins, yeah. Anyways, 4 world champions behind us, so they're on the stage. And you'll have to ask this to Michael. I think he started a podcast, fun enough. But anyway, because he's only little Michael, isn't he? And of course, there was no stage because they're on it.
Yeah.
So I said to Michael, when you get out there, I said, stand on a chair. And he looked at me like I was a space cadet because it was a beautiful 400-seater black tie dude, do you know what I mean? It does seem a bit odd standing on a chair. But here are, there's ways of doing things, and when you've got that amount of people, and when you're Michael's height anyway, never mind mine, no, Anyway, he didn't do it, but I'll let him tell you about that. But I did. So I'm standing on the chair, and they're about 18 inches behind me, you see. So I'm doing my bit. I only had to do a little bit, and I'm going blah, blah, blah. But of course, Frank's talking to Michael Watson, and of course, instinctively, from a comedian point of view, I'm just used to. I have to deal with it, you know. It's just how it is, and that. But then in my head, I thought to myself, "Oh no, I can't say anything," because he's talking to Michael, and Mike was obviously, you know, a little bit poorly, you know. And I was trying to work out what to do about it. And then they done it again, and of course, Frank's beautiful, but he's a bit like me. We were just loud people, you know. And so anyway, and I can remember another time, and I went, "Oi!" I said, "If you shut up," I said, "you're going to get one of them." And of course, these 400 people, they're bloody comedian threatening to hit the world champion, and they got a good laugh. And then the other thing, then I come out, it's a well-worn old gag, but the circumstances, and I said, "Mate, listen, ladies and gentlemen," I said, "you've got some great icons behind you to talk to." I said, "You don't want to listen to me." I said, "But I must say," I said, "I do admire anyone," I said, "that does boxing." I said, because I said I only had a little go at it. I said I didn't. I said I went in there, I got punched all over the place. I said, by the time I got back to my corner, I said, "My corner, man," he went. He said, "You're all right." He said, "He ain't laid a hand on you." I said, "Well, you better watch that ref then, because someone's hitting me."
Yeah.
But I think moving on, and for the sake of the tape, we're not glamorising crime. We are just merely expressing our historical past experiences of the underworld. And of course, anybody that's just watching this, you have to understand that over the years, you know, the underworld, I think the great Joey Pyle Sr. once said, there is no underworld. There's just a load of people that happen to know each other that have perhaps come off the street, call it what you will. And for those that don't also know, is that, of course, you was born and brought up right within stone's throw of the famous Blind Beggar.
Blind Beggar, yeah. Actually, I was born in Barking.
Oh, was you?
Would you believe? And I didn't know for 17 years. What it was, my dad in 1949 went to they left Bethnal Green where the family were living, and moved to near Dagenham, that area. And then I was born September 50, and then we moved back to Bethnal Green when I was 14 months old. And then when I was almost 18, I got a place to fight in the Olympics as a lightweight, 1968, and I had to get a passport. And we was on holiday in Ponting's holiday camp where I won that thing 6 years before. Singing. And my dad said, "Come, we'll go to the photographer shop and get your passport." So you got your thing to write out. So I'm writing it, and I said, "Dad, whereabouts in Bethnal Green was I born? You know, whereabouts?" And he's going, like that. And I went, "Well, where?" And he went, well, you wasn't. I said, "What do you mean, what I wasn't?" He said, "You wasn't born in Bethnal Green." I said, "Well, where was I born in?" He says, "You're born in Barking." I said, "Barking? Why didn't you never tell me?" And he said, "Well, I didn't think it mattered up till now." So I said, "Oh, well, how comes that then?" And then he told me the story and moved. Anyway, that was that, you know. But having said that, I mean, I was born in the same hospital as Bobby Moore, born in the same hospital as Trevor Brooking, and the rugby player Jason Leonard. So
that's a score and a half, isn't it?
Oh, not much. So I'm thankful for that. But so everyone thinks like born in Bethnal Green. And yeah, okay, it doesn't matter. I was there from 14 months. I was there all the time. But we lived behind the Blind Beggar. Right. That's where our council buildings, the top floor, 65 it was, Collingwood House. We lived right behind the Blind Beggar. So
that's now a Sainsbury's then, I'm assuming now. If you haven't been there recently, I think it's a Sainsbury's.
What? No, Blind Beggar's still there.
Yeah, but behind it's a Sainsbury's.
Oh, there might be.
I
haven't been there for a while. I think you're right there, though.
Yeah.
And so, as a kid,
looking through the window,
I used to go past the Blind Beggar all
the time. What you really mean is nicking the HR white bottles and going and getting the money back on them.
Always done that. Always done that.
See that? They talk about recycling. We were doing it 50 years ago, weren't we?
Yeah. We used to have a little bell on our shop across the road, a little bell like that, and because I was so skinny, I could creep through there. And before the bell went, I'd get half a dozen lemonade bottles. And
What did we
take
used to
them
get? Was it tuppence? Well,
Tuppence on a bottle.
So yeah, tuppence on a bottle.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah, taps on
It
a
was
bottle.
worth getting, wasn't it? A couple
Yeah,
of pennies,
yeah.
We'd go and get them and take them back round the front and give them back
Oh,
to them.
done. That's exactly that. But so as a kid, I was playing football on one night, and then all of a sudden we saw the police car go by, then the ambulance run down there, and
Looking through the window,
that
and
was
there's
that.
Jack the Hat
Jack the
McVitie
Hat
was no
getting
more.
shot, Yeah,
Got
So,
shot.
Sad. Very
Well
sad.
documented now by.
Yeah,
Was it
yeah.
Ronnie or Reggie done it? I should know.
No, Ronnie done it.
Ronnie did it.
Georgie Cornell.
Yeah, Georgie. Oh,
Yeah,
Georgie
Georgie
Cornell, was it?
Cornell,
Yeah, yeah.
But going back all them years,
Yeah.
it was incredible.
I've done a
At the
couple of
time.
charity gigs there recently, and of course it's a murder to get in there. So I parked on the pavement and ended up with £100 fine the last time I went. Yeah.
No.
So by the time I got home, I had £100 fine for
God.
parking on the
Tell
pavement.
you what, though, they do some great shots in there.
Did I? Da-da-da-da. Good old cafe.
I can't. I mean,
John's lovely wife, Cafe, in case anybody's wondering who's been prompting us all. Because
but when that happened,
Sorry, everyone.
we were sitting in our where we were. There's a little green area with the fence or brick fence, and we used to sit there after a game of football, and it was always around about 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. And as we were sitting in that area, we saw a police car go by, boop, 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 like that. All of a sudden it stopped. And as that happened, an ambulance come by, boop, boop, and it stopped. So we're going like, what's happened here? I was only 15. And about 4 of us legged it up to the Blind Beggar. It was only about 120 yards away. And all quiet, what's happened here? And everyone out and spilled out on the street. I said, someone's been shot,
wow,
So
historical
we all know-
moment. We all know now, well documented.
Yeah, well documented, yeah.
So anyway, have we
And,
got any
uh,
questions from the audience? Would be a good idea. Have we got anything?
And the twins wanted to manage it.
I've got a question.
Go on then.
John, my name's Nigel. Great listening to you. Very
Nigel.
interesting. There's a picture up on the screen there. So,
Oh, yeah.
your World Championship fight.
Oh, amazing, yeah.
You went in, underdog. Nobody thought you were going to win. Who is this fella? Can you
Yeah.
tell us right then, right there, that will be on the screen, how it felt?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. It's every boxer's dream, or whatever you do in your life, you want to reach the top. You want to try and get there. And I used to, as a kid, write out programs and bills of unboxing for the world title when I was 13, 14. I used to write them out.
Wow.
And make my own show, Bill on the Night.
Wow.
And it was always a dream, of doing it. And of course, when the fight came up, and then it was in Mexico, I felt much better because I boxed there in the Olympic Games, when I was 18 years of age. And 18 on the day, I actually flew out to Mexico. And it was, to fight out there for your country, it's the greatest thing you can have. And then when I went back there, because originally they wanted to fight in England, but I like fighting in other places, like I did in Paris, did in Mexico, and I did in America. I wanted to fight in there. That's how you felt. I felt really good. And when he wouldn't come out of Mexico to fight, I felt great. I mean, I really felt more passionate about it, because you're under a lot of pressure when you're fighting at home. You really are, and whether it helps or not, but I always felt I'd love to box away. And when that fight came up, it was amazing to know I was going to box out there. So, to go out there and win in front of all them people and the Mexicans, and defeat he was a wonderful fighter, no doubt about that. I had so much respect for him because I sparred him 3 years earlier.
Yeah, you said.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Looking at that picture, see that bloke with the sunglasses on there?
Yeah.
I think he's one of the mafia fellas because you go back to that when you go and if you go and watch that,
Could be.
If you go and watch that Madison Square Gardens, what I was saying, the main event.
Yeah.
He brings Sinatra out.
Oh,
I need to see it because Nigel's put it up there. Yeah, quite. You can see him. And how
amazing.
big? He's huge.
I
That bloke.
suppose
He's
you can
huge.
see that.
He's huge. You can see he's quite tall there,
Yeah.
even sitting there. But when he stands up, he's a massive bloke, and he's got the massive them glasses that you don't get the ones I see on it. And I don't know because that was 90. What year was that?
75 December.
Yeah, so that's right then.
76.
So that's it. And it was 1974.
Yeah.
That Sinatra done the main event.
Oh, right.
So that's probably So that's it. You'll see
It's
him
the
if you
biggest
put that
ball ring.
on.
It's the biggest ball ring in the world.
What that is?
The Plaza de Torres, yeah, it's the
Right.
biggest ball ring in the world. Holds 42,000 people. It's an amazing place, though.
That's 42,000 people. That picture we're looking at.
42,000 people, yeah. And also, when I was boxing, we was in a dressing room where they just next door is where they kill the bulls. And the smell was
That'd cheer the
horrendous.
vegans up
Oh,
watching it,
awful.
isn't it?
It was
That's
awful.
about 10,000 people off the back of the
it was
viewing
awful.
figures.
It was awful. It was awful. But it was a dream come true for me because, I mean, whatever sport you do, whatever life you get doing, you want to be the top.
Yeah.
You know, you always want to be, or you want to achieve what you can. And as a young lad, I remember a guy telling me, "Oh, you know, you're so good, you could be a world champion." And what, you know, and all of a sudden it hit me, and my dad said, "You can, you know." And as much as you're still fighting, you don't really dream of that. And then all of a sudden, I did have a big belief in it, even when I was like 16, 15, 16. And I just kept with it.
And you
And
know
that
what's
was it.
beautiful? You got the same fight in you today.
Oh, yeah.
And we're absolutely over the moon that you've come in to see us, and we're
Oh,
going to
I'm-
promote that song. I don't know. So I'm assuming it's on Spotify, is it? Have you got any other little bits and
I've
pieces?
no
We'll put the
idea.
links
My
in the
wife
bottom.
knows.
We'll put the
My wife
links in the
knows,
bottom of
Kathy
the.
knows.
We'll put the. I'll keep talking while she
I
looks
don't
it up.
know how it's gripping, but
yeah, it's all different technology now, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
probably on Spotify, I would imagine,
It is.
and
Amazon, YouTube.
Amazon, YouTube, all the
Yeah.
usual places. And our Nigel, who round of applause for our sound man there, and the CEO of London Media.
what I'd like to do later on
Yeah.
is to actually do an album of songs I've written over the past years.
Yeah, no problem.
That's what I'd
Yeah, no, I
like
think
to do.
that's something that we should
'Cause,
work towards. Yeah.
as I say, I always wanted to be a singer, but obviously boxing was in the blood, and as a kid I was only a small lad, always getting picked on, so I always hit back. And then the old man said, "Right, that's it. You're fighting all the time. I'm going to take you to a boxing club, calm you down." And that's really what done it.
I remember when we done that gig in Kempton, there was some bloke had a few too many drinks. And I see Dave Courtney put his hand in his pocket. I saw the duster go on because he took it very
Oh, he used to
personally.
do that,
He
didn't he?
used to take it very personally. He loved you to bits, and he was looking at me, and I'm thinking, here we go. And I think in the end, I sort of as a third party because you know. Just
Dave was special.
I went and whispered in the bloke's ear. I went, mate. I went, trust me. I went. This isn't going to end well. Do you know what I mean? And you was so gentlemanly. It was unbelievable. I'm thinking to myself, I thought, well, one of these things is going to go. And I thought, there's no way on this planet that Dave would have let you have to. Although you could have done it in a nanosecond in your own right.
Yeah.
I could just see that Dave took it. He just took it as a personal affront that this bloke was even behaving like that in front of him. Never mind you as well. And I just saw it. I saw it go. Oh, here we go. He's going to go. Here, mate.
Yeah. The thing is with boxing, yeah, I mean, I always stay away from anything.
Yeah,
I
of
just
course you
walk
do.
away.
Yeah, of course you
and
do.
I've had
I
all
watched
that.
you, but
I've
yeah.
had that.
Yeah,
I've had that.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah,
but
they
you
just
go.
they just can't.
Yeah, all right, mate,
Yeah,
and walk
yeah.
away.
Yeah,
because,
that's right. That's right.
You know,
yeah.
I don't want to get in trouble.
No,
for silly,
absolutely not.
stupid
No,
things like that.
but it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, it's what to what. It's not,
You know, I always say, look, you might call yourself a street fighter, and that's fine, but I don't do that. If you want to come in the ring with me and do 15 rounds with me, that's fine.
Yeah.
But don't start doing all that and thinking
There's a difference because it's a
'cause
different ball game.
There's
yeah.
a big difference,
Yeah.
you know, and it's the only way to. Otherwise, I don't.
No,
really-
you can't. You'd end up. You'd never stop, would you?
No,
That was
I
it.
wouldn't even bother.
I mean, that's
I've had
fundamentally.
that. I've had all that.
Yeah.
and,
I mean,
yeah, all
it's
right.
fundamentally why Dave did his actual way he sadly took his life because he didn't want to be anything other than Dave. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But
No,
anyway,
I don't.
we could sit here all day long.
Oh, don't.
And you got your book.
And you can have a little break. Your book.
Oh yeah, my book's coming.
Oh yeah,
out
yeah. Don't
towards
forget
the
your
end of
book.
the
Yeah,
year.
what's that? Yeah, come on in.
Yeah, it's coming out towards
And it's
the end
called
of the
what?
year. The gloves are off. It'll be called when I do it. So
The gloves are off.
the gloves are off.
I like that. It's got a bit of a thing to it, isn't it?
Yeah,
You're
and,
quite good with these catchy.
Yeah, I mean, but it go from when I was born right to what's happening now and everything I've done over the past. Problems and coming out the East End in the end.
Well,
doing all
we've
that.
certainly
and-
enjoyed everything you've said today, and I should imagine we've only scratched the surface here. When you write a
there's
book,
scratched the
you
surface,
you've got a chance to really get into the nitty gritty.
Oh,
You know,
absolutely.
we've had an hour go by here in
yeah.
it like that. So
I mean, you do silly things in your life, but when I realised that boxing would be great, I stopped doing all the silly things that you do and become a boxer. And people don't realise boxing's such a vision. Forget that. You've got to look there. And if you want to succeed, you have got to give 100%. No good anything else. Any sport or any business, you've got to be so focused.
And I think that in today's world, where we've come through an era where there's not allowed to be any winners, is there? Everyone's got to win. And you can't all win. There can only be one winner. It's a nonsense teaching children that because it's not fun in taking part. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
But there's got to be a winner. Do you know what I'm saying? I can remember going to see my nephew doing his sports day and they went, oh no, not allowed to be any winners. What are you talking about? What are we going to leave school and find out that it's not the place they thought it was? So, But anyway, listen, thank you for coming.
No, my pleasure.
You're welcome back here anytime. And
that's all right.
not only that, we're going to do all we can to help get the song out there as much as
Well,
we can.
I hope it does. I mean, it's something that I've been passionate about for years, but obviously, as I said, it never came out until now, which probably
sometimes it's meant to be the right
sometimes
time.
it's meant to
Maybe
be.
this year they might actually
But
win. That'd be handy.
I'd just like to say that I do write songs,
Yeah.
and I've always been committed to singing because my ambition was to be a singer, but I was always getting in trouble, always fighting.
So you're available for your singing gigs,
And I'm available for anything.
and you're available for your audiences with.
Yeah. Yeah,
he ain't bad with a comedian either. Let me think. Who can we? Me. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've
And
done several.
And by
innit?
the
We
way,
know, we
I've
know.
got to just tell you this, and this is absolutely true. I've sang with Johnny Mathis. I've actually sung on the same bill as Johnny Mathis.
If
John
I
Miles,
could, I'd like
Tony
to
Christie.
be-
I've also sung a friend of mine, Stan Baldwin, who's
Oh,
a
lovely,
great guy, Stan, a wonderful
Yeah.
guy.
The Fookers.
Yeah, I've done all that, and obviously, been doing stuff. And I was also born in the same hospital as Bobby Moore, Trevor Brooking, and Jason Leonard, who was, rugby champion. So, not bad, is it?
I can't believe it.
I know.
All of you
I
trying to
know.
give it all that, buddy. Grew up in poverty in Bedford. All the millionaires that come out of there.
Oh, yeah, but Bethnal
You
Green.
just got to mention about Mickey Flanagan. Though.
Oh, Mickey Flanagan, yeah.
It won't
Oh,
take
it's
long,
funny.
sorry.
No, we're all right. It's our train
We
set.
was watching telly one night, and it was a show on, and it was called 7 Up and Me. Now, I don't know if you remember it, but every 7 years, they go to the same person, see what he's been doing. That's
Oh,
7
okay,
years,
right,
7
that's
years,
interesting.
7 years. So Mickey Flanagan was talking about things, and it started with the wealthy, what was his name? Boris Johnson's dad. Do you know his
Right,
dad?
yes.
And he does. He starts talking about these rich kids, and it's great to see these young children. They're doing all that. Anyway, he said, and they were singing Waltzing Matilda in Latin. Singing what. I love that, singing Waltzing. And then it goes, meanwhile, down the East End, this is a different thing. And so Mickey Flanagan appears.
Right.
And he said, when you're a kid, you went to school. He said, and you done things, and all that. And then he said, I wouldn't. What did he say?
Do you know the alumni?
Oh yeah, no. He talks about you did things because you had to, you know, and he's doing that, and then he says, "But do you want to know the alumni of my school?" And they went, "Go on." He said, "Me, John H Stracey, the boxer." He said, "Ronnie and Reggie Cray, and the three jihadi girls, three jihadi brides." And he goes, "There you go."
We keep that in the bloopers.
I'm watching it, and I've gone, "Oh my God, I don't believe it."
Well, he just said that.
It just came out like that.
He was
the
out.
three jihadi brides. Oh my God, it was so funny. We just couldn't stop laughing. And yeah, brilliant.
Oh, well done
Brilliant.
anyway. Thank
So
you very
that was
much.
my old school.
Brilliant.
My old school.
I think
Yeah.
a cup of tea and whatever. And
Oh
then,
yeah, like a cup of tea and we'd have to shoot.
Come on you boys, let's make lots of noise. We're gonna do it for England. Let's go out to play, show we're on our way. Cause we're gonna do it for England. Give them all a fight, play with sheer delight. Cause we're going out there to win. We're gonna do it, England's gonna do it. And it's 66 all over again. It's in the USA, the boys are on their way. We're gonna do it for England. We know it's been a while, but we can celebrate in style. We're gonna do it for England. Give them all a fight, play with sheer delight. Cause we're going out there to win. We're gonna do it, England's gonna do it. And it's 66 all over again. 2026 will be our World Cup year. We're going out there, we don't have no fear. With plenty of goals, watch the Lions score. Then everyone in England will stand up and roar. Come on you boys, let's make lots of noise. We're gonna do it for England. Let's go out to play, show we're on our way. Cause we're gonna do it for England. Give them all a fight, play with sheer delight. We're going out there to win. We're gonna do it, England's gonna do it. And it's 66 all over again. 2026 will be our World Cup year. We're going up there, we don't have no fear. With plenty of goals, watch the Lions score. Then everyone in England will stand up and roar. Come on you boys, let's make lots of noise. Cause we're gonna do it for England. Let's go out to play, show we're on our way. Cause we're gonna do it for England. Give them all a fight, play with sheer delight. We're going out there to win. We're gonna do it, England's gonna do it. And it's 66 all over again. We're gonna do it, England's gonna do it. And it's 66 all over again. Come on you boys, come on you boys, come on you boys, come on you boys.